Right, everybody. Uh, this is what's next on my list is fixing the floor in this house. It's my mother's house, and what happened was we had an air conditioner installed a few years back, and the air condition leaked. The maybe the drip that's supposed to go outside, it leaked. It may have run over. Uh, anyway, it leaked, and it caused a lot of problems. It made the floor weak, and I had to tear the floor out, and that's what I'm doing right now is tearing the floor out. And I'm going to show you some of the bad things that it happened when the air conditioner leaked. Plus, I found out that we had some more issues once I got that much out. So I'm going to show you where I'm at and what I'm going to be doing. Got the whole floor out. The house is in total, it looks like a total wreck, but you got to do this process. And then I'm kind of a bigger person, so you got to be able to crawl around up under the house. So we've had a bunch of different things done. We've had the septic system replaced, and whenever we did all that, we found some more issues there, and then it's just one thing leads to the next. So I'm going to show you where I'm at right now and what I'm doing. And as water was leaking, water causes mold. So I've got one, two, three. I bought four dehumidifiers. So I'm taking any water. So far, I'm taking any water out, and it's coming out pretty easily. So I'm going to show you some of the mold and stuff like that. And that's it right here. If you can see, all right, that's some of the boards right there that's got mold on it. I've already cut the floor out. You can see right here, I've cut all the floor. And most of these boards right here is in pretty good shape, but this seal right here, I'm going to take it and I'm going to replace it because it just feels a little soft. So I'm going to replace that. I had a sawmill cut up some wood, and I had it kiln dried, and I put Thompson's water seal on it after it was kiln dried, and I put this like boric, they call it like boric. It kills any insects or anything like that. I put it in the Thompson's water seal when I painted it on, mixed it up real good. So hopefully it'll outlast me, hopefully. And you can see the floor is out of the house. I mean, it's just totally out. I'm going to take this beam right here. I'm going to take this beam right here out. I'm going to show you this right here is where I was yesterday. If you look out there in the yard, you see all that dirt that I put out in the yard. Believe me, I mean it's not an easy job, but it's not the worst job I ever had either. So I'm not going to complain about it. I wish I had some help, but if you got people that make 17, 18 bucks flipping hamburgers, then they're sure not going to pick up no shovel or a rake. And that's just where we're at right now. But I'll pick one up and I don't mind it. So I got this thing right here. You see this thing right here is from I found this on the Peaches to Beaches, and I bought the handle. So this right here is kind of old, and it's heavy, and it makes the work a little bit easier. I made this right here today. That's kind of a thick piece of plastic right here. I made that, and I put a strap on it. So what I'm gonna do is when I get under the house and I chop that load of dirt, then I can come out and pull that plastic that with the dirt on it, I'm gonna pull it out where I can shovel it into these 3 buckets right here. You see I got 3 buckets. These buckets, I'm gonna say the dirt, being as it's damp, weighs probably about 30 pounds, 35 pounds. I could fill them up, but if you're gonna be picking up, I did this all day yesterday, so if you're gonna be dumping 30-pound buckets into a wheelbarrow to take out there and dump in the yard, you got to pick it up head high. It's easier to do like 30 pounds and do it all day, 30 or 40 pounds, do it all day long, than it is to do 60 or 70 pounds all day long. So I'm thinking kind of ahead. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to set this camera down and I'm going to show you how I've been doing this right here. And this video is not going to be real long, but what I'm going to do is just kind of show you where I'm at, what I'm doing, and you can do this right here. If your crawl space is kind of small, and I'll go ahead and give you a look up under here. All right, so you can see under there how far I've went, and I'm digging that down probably about 8 or 9 inches. And you can see right here, I'm gonna show you this. You see, I found this right in here where somebody had cut this out to where they could crawl around up under here. So they cut the main beam. They cut it right here, which is the main beam. They cut it here, and they cut it right here. They notched it out because it was so low they couldn't even crawl up under the house. Probably one of our contractors, you know, that might have been not pushing away from the table. They just couldn't crawl up under there. Kind of like me. You know, at my size, I'm 6'2" and I weigh probably 280. So I can't crawl around, especially on this end. The house over here on this side, the land is a little slanted like that, and it's higher on this end of the house than it is at this end of the house. And this end of the house, we have the kitchen, the bathrooms on this end of the house, and it's lower. And I was up under there the other day, and it was touching me. So, you know, it makes it pretty hard whenever you get up under there and you can't even turn, and I couldn't. And so I said, well, while this much floor's out, it's better to go ahead and dig this out. But if you don't have your floor out, what you can do is you can take this right here. You can make you one of these, like a little sled, and I tied a strap on it. And you can get up under there. It's gonna be a slow go, but you can get up under there and dig a little bit and on that slide, and then get outside and then pull it out and empty it, and then crawl back up under there and do it all over again and empty it. Or either if you got 2 people, you can have one person up under there and you can tie a string to it and he can pull it back to him and then fill it up and then pull it back out. And you can do that back and forth until you get it done. If you're pulling it outside, you can just dump it into the wheelbarrow. You don't have to put it in buckets. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this camera down. I'll show you how I'm doing this. Maybe I can get this to stand. Okay. Let's see if that's pretty much in line. Okay, maybe that's pretty much in line. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just take my buckets. Like I said earlier, I think I got a better shovel than that. I'm just gonna take the buckets and stick them here. I've already got this pile. This dirt is a little damp, and I am gonna put a plastic barrier up under the whole house and a dehumidifier. And if you wear a white shirt like I got on, probably gonna get a little dirty. I'd probably recommend some coveralls if you got them. Okay, so I got the buckets about 3/4 full, and it's not too heavy, maybe about 45 pounds, which ain't too bad. And I just take it, dump it. I got the wheelbarrow sitting right outside, so I just take it and dump it right out into the wheelbarrow. I want to say you're going to need a rake, like a hard tooth rake, like this right here. And you can use it with the rake part, and you can use it with the back part to kind of smooth it out. I'm not going to put it everywhere. I'm not going to put plastic. I'm going to put plastic up under the whole house, but I may not dig out everywhere. I might just dig out where all the drain lines and stuff like that is. Do like that because I'm going to be crawling up under there. Keep your hammer like this. If the dirt's sticking on your shovel, just like that, and knock it off. So it makes it pretty easy to keep your shovel cleaned up. All right, so that's 6 bucketfuls that were half full. These are 5-gallon buckets, so. You don't want no more in them than that right there. So that's about half full. All right, and the way I've been doing it is I I got this piece of cardboard here, and I just slide it right up under here, like that. I hadn't tried the my plastic yet. I mean my plastic sled. I hadn't tried it yet, but I'm going to. This is just some plastic that I use at the shop. The cardboard seemed like it worked pretty good. If I had some more of it, I'd probably use it. I really just don't like to get real dirty in the dirt like that. I don't mind digging it, but I just don't like getting in it that good. And I guess I need to take this and put it kind of right there where I can get to it. And this right here, that is really heavy, and it makes it easier to dig this dirt. So I'm gonna throw it up under there like that. I'm gonna put my light a little bit closer up under there, and this thing right here. This is one of harbor tools. So that don't even have it don't even have the ground in it. But if you put the ground on there, if you put the adapter on there, it don't have one on there either. So I guess I can just take that off like that. Now I don't need an adapter. It's an LED. I don't think it burns a whole lot of. Find the end. Okay, it works there. See if I can find the end of this. Here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna take y'all up under there with me and show you. It's not real hard. It's not hard to dig it. And I got my little sled right here, so I'm gonna take it with me. Let's see if we can't make this happen. Alright, I'm gonna set you up. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna see if y'all can. I think I can take my light a little bit closer. Like I said, I'm going to use this sled right here, and I'm going to put the dirt on top of it. I didn't do that yesterday. I was pulling it all back out. I'm finding out that there's some roots and stuff like that up under here like this. I've been kind of chopping them off. whenever I find them. I've seen some of these roots up under here like this, and that thing looked like, it really looked like a snake. I'm scared of, a little bit scared of spiders, especially certain kind, because I've been bit by one. Not up under here, but I did get bit once by a brown recluse spider, and it turned out kind of bad. These roots right here, I'm just having to chop them off. These are old copper lines right here for the kitchen. They make a new type line that's red and blue, and they say that it works real good. You just need a crimping tool. So I'm thinking about changing that stuff while I'm under here. But you see, I got this much space now. So it was up to about here, right about here. I dug where that black line is on that brick. So I didn't have like this much room. It makes a big difference when you don't have no space. I have found all kind of stuff up under here. All right, so I got that much dirt on it. I'm gonna see how well this sled right here works. It's got a pretty good bit on it, so I can easily take it in and out. I don't want to put too much on it to where I've got to take some off to slide it out. So I know that's probably 3-4 bucketfuls. So I'm just gonna come out. That pulls pretty easy. So I'm just gonna pull that out, shovel it back in, repeat the process, shovel it back in, repeat the process just over and over again. This does beat having to drag it out with a hoe or something like that. So I can just drag it right out like this, shovel it into the buckets. Just like so. Just pull it right on out, right to the bucket, and shovel it right in. This is kind of a thick piece of plastic that we use at the shop. So it's but if you need that room up in that crawl space, you're just going to have to do something like this right here to get it. Like I said, it's not hard. Maybe harder talking about it than it actually is. That did fill that bucket up a little bit, but it ain't no biggie. It is a whole lot easier than pulling it out, and it makes the job faster. Alright, so you can see, I'm going to show you. See, it is a wheelbarrow load. So it's not as bad, and I'm that much closer in that crawl space. A little bit closer than what I was. Once I do this all day, I might get back on here and show you how far I got. But like I said, it's not a bad job. I'll probably sweat a little bit, but that ain't no big deal. And maybe this will help you, show you what some shortcuts or something like that on what you need to do to get your crawl space where you can get up under the house and do some of the work that's got to be done. Hopefully I'll get this floor and all back in here, and my mother can come home, because that's where she wants to be, and I want her here. So thank everybody for tuning in, and see y'all on the next update. Thanks a bunch. Bye.